Hey guys, this is Mike with Budget Tech Reviews, and I just want to get a little side-by-side comparison of the Nexus 4 with the Nexus 5. And if you guys follow my channel, you'll know that I just recently received the Nexus 5 just yesterday, and it's a pretty nicely built phone. But I kind of wanted to focus on physical features here, and maybe a little bit of the software when comparing these two phones here. Now, let's start off with the Nexus 4. Build-wise, for whatever reason, the Nexus 4 they decided to build make a glass back, and I wasn't too much of a fan of that because I was always worried about dropping the phone, and just the fact that whenever you left it on the flat surface, it kind of slided everywhere. Now it's not like that with the Nexus 5. The Nexus 5 has kind of a soft back surface and a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but not too much that's noticeable. As going back to the Nexus 4, if you look at the edges around and everything like that, you'll see that it's kind of got like a shininess to it, and it just kind of just feels a little more solid than the Nexus 5 in my opinion. Back here you got the speaker, of course, right? And on the bottom you got your micro USB charging port and etc. Same thing up top, and even you can tell like the power button, it's kind of like a little chromed, so it looks a little fancier, and it looks like a high-end device. And for the screen, the how do I explain this? Gorilla Glass, or the glass kind of wraps around the corner right here, so it feels really good, and you don't feel like you're like gonna, cut yourself or anything when going like that with the phone. And it's just, I thought it was a very beautifully built phone minus the glass back, but I thought it was a really nice built phone. And going to the Nexus 5 here, it's got a bigger screen. This one's got a 4.95 inch touchscreen, while this one only has a 4.7 touchscreen, right? Key differences on the screen, as you can see here, and on top, they moved the camera from the Nexus 4 right here. On the Nexus 5, it's on the opposite end, so it has that same notification button down there, as you can see. It's like a notification light, and I don't know if you saw that. There you go, it's blinking. It's the same exact thing on the Nexus 4. Nexus 4 seems to be a little more rounded on the edges, which I don't mind. I don't mind the look at all, as you can see there. And I guess let's go to back really quick. Back shining. The cameras, as you can see there, the camera on the Nexus 4 is completely flat, while the one on the Nexus 5, and let me see if I can get that. You can see it kind of pops out a little bit, but according to everyone, that's because of the image stabilization that's going on with that. So not a fan of that. I don't really care that sticks out, but you can tell when touching it. And let's go to the sides here. Like I was saying on the Nexus 4, it looks a little shiny and looks a little fancy, the way it looks like that. On the Nexus 5, you're not gonna get that. Well, the black version at least. I know the white version looks a little better, but on the black version of the Nexus 5, you're not gonna get that. In fact, on the physical buttons, I feel like I'm gonna cut myself. Like right here is the power button, and on camera it looks shiny and it looks all nice, but when you touch it, it doesn't feel very, I guess, appealing. I don't know how to say that. I feel like when I run my finger across like this, that I can cut myself, basically. I don't know if that's just me. And same thing on the volume rockers on the opposite end. I feel like I'm going to cut myself. They're nice buttons, but I feel like I'm going to just cut myself when that happens. Let's see. I guess physical features aside, let's go back to the top, and you can see that the 3.5mm headphone jacks are pretty much placed in a similar spot. So, I mean, going back, let's turn on the screens here, and as you can see there's a size real estate difference that you can obviously tell, right? And let's unlock both phones. Nexus 5 has 441, I believe, 441 pixels per inch PPI, while the Nexus 4 has 320 some, I want to say 320, or around that area. But both screens look really good. I have the brightness a little down on this one, and this phone obviously is a newer phone, so it has the better looking screen. And software aside, this one of course is running Android 4.4 KitKat, while this one is still running Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. So you're gonna see noticeable differences. Right now I'm actually running Nova Launcher on this one, while this one's running stock Android KitKat. I haven't tried customizing this one much, but as you can see, screen transitions go about the same. They're both very fluid. I can't really notice too much of a difference when it comes to fluidity in either phone. This one has a 1.5 gigahertz Snapdragon S4 Pro processor, and it has 2 gigs of RAM, while this one is running a Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor, which runs at 2.2, a little higher than 2.2 gigahertz actually, and it runs on 2 gigabytes of RAM also. So just a small comparison. Both you guys can both see that both phones shut off with the little TV shutter. One thing I did notice that from Android 4.3 Jelly Bean to Android 4.4 over here is that the lock screen, although it looks the same, and let me show you really quick. Sorry, I got the volume there, but let me show you that that you can see down here that it's a little different. They changed the arrow, I guess, down there on the bottom, and I have actually a dash clock widget messed with the lock screen there, so it looks a little different. But on Android 4.3, and let me just get this out of the box, you can basically swipe to the left to have like little widgets on your lock screen. Android 4.4 does not have that. The Nexus 5, and let me show you. The Nexus 5 does not have those little shortcuts. So when I scroll to the right like this, you can't see like your little text messaging widget that you had on your lock screen before, like on the Nexus 4. And on here you can put like messaging, emails, and whatever else that was compatible with it at the time. This one you can still swipe to the right to access your camera, so I thought that was pretty cool that they still changed that. Hi guys, and let's see if I can just scroll back. Nope, I'm gonna have to just go back to the lock screen there, but little just noticeable differences there on the lock screen. And this isn't a review for this phone nor this phone. This is just like a little side-by-side comparison, guys. Of course, and last thing I guess I want to get out there is the screen. This one is a 720 display, while this one is a 1080 display basically. So full HD, and this is just an average 720 display. But both still beautiful phone, guys. I just wanted to get like a little side-by-side comparison before selling off my Nexus 4. So I'm gonna sell this phone, and I'm gonna try working with this one as long as I can. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get the review up for the. I'm gonna give it a few days before I get a review up on the Nexus 5 here, guys, and I might get you a first impressions video tonight. I haven't really had this phone a full day. I've had it for maybe like 18 hours barely. So, and I just barely fully charged it. So I'm gonna see if I can get a video. I'm gonna use it all day basically. I have to go to work later, so I'm gonna see how the battery runs on this thing. And as said, the one more difference I guess is this phone runs LTE, while this one runs off the HSPA Plus network, the T-Mobile's 4G. But now that I have an LTE phone, this one is gonna run off the LTE service that I have, depending on where I am, because I get service in some areas where I live. So we'll check that out. But yeah, guys, that's just a small video of the Nexus 4 and the Nexus 5 side by side. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, thanks for watching. please subscribe.